and she also left some food, so we miss her, but the food lingers on, and we will continue to do that while she's gone. But every Monday, y'all know how we do. After Movie Monday is over, on the last half hour of the front porch, once you hear this music, then you know that it is time for You Better Work right here on WBOK on the front porch. Can I hear? Is it on? I can't hear it. Oh, okay. That's why. It's then played and faded out. Well, there you go. There you go. Sometimes it gets one by me, y'all. That's all right. But you heard the Isley brothers singing about You Better Work. And the New Orleans Workers Center for Racial Justice is right here again today. And today we are joined by Jeanette Gerada, the organizer. And we've also, once again,
Rocio Aguilar.
Rocia Aguilar.
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 Aguilar. The roll of my R. Aguilar. Excellent. Excellent. Aguilar. I can get. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm almost professional. No, not yet. Give me about 6 months. That is the voice once again of our friend, the interpreter who is here. Please introduce yourself, my friend.
Michael Hernandez, New Orleans Workers Center for Racial Justice.
There you go. Brother Hernandez is here. And once again, you know that the work that is being done by the center is done for workers. All of the opportunities that are available there, the information that is gathered there is not just to be kept secret. It is for the betterment of black and brown workers in this city. And in that vein, that's why we have this interpreted broadcast of our show today to reach our Spanish-speaking community and to let them know that there is also assistance available for them at the New Orleans Workers Center for Racial Justice. Jeanette, welcome back.
Thank you, sir. Welcome. Thanks for having me, really.
Oh, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Now, we just got through holiday weekend. I hope yours was nice.
It was lovely. Thank
Good,
you.
good.
Lots of family time.
That's the best part, isn't it?
That's right.
That is the best part, which is another big part of work. To be able to take care of your family,
Exactly.
to make sure that they have a good life, to make sure that they are well taken care of. Tell us what's the latest, what's going on?
Well, Grandma, we're here today to talk about a vigil that we are having this Wednesday
Okay.
from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. And we're having it in front of City Council. The reason we're having this is, as you know, we've been working on having some of the American Rescue Plan funds be directed to the community.
Yes, which, from my understanding, was the original intent for at least some of the money.
That is correct.
Okay, just want to keep that in the forefront. That's what the original intent, to assist workers who at one time were called essential.
Yes.
Through the pandemic, because that's where the funds come from.
That's right.
Okay.
And whether or not, the city decides to continue to call them essential, the bottom line is they are all essential.
That's right.
So we are holding the vigil in honor of not only the lives, the family, the friends that we've lost through the pandemic, but also people who have lost their homes, their careers, their opportunities that were there for them because of COVID and because that money that we got in 2020 in the middle of the lockdown was not being used to support the community. Not with food banks, not with transportation, not with healthcare, not with housing. That money wasn't used for anything except to fill budget holes. And there were none. As was later discovered, there was actually a $25 million surplus. But we want
I just like to emphasize
$25 million
the
surplus.
$25 million surplus at a time when the money that was earmarked to help the essential workers was used for a budget shortfall in a budget that contained a $25 million surplus.
Right. That's just extra.
That's just history. I love history.
But it's important to keep in mind Because think about all the people who would have been served during a really difficult time.
Yes.
Parents, families, workers, teachers, everybody.
Yes.
And so this is an opportunity for us during the end of this budget session to offer as a protest for what the government failed to do in this case, but also to honor the families, the workers that have continued throughout the pandemic.
Yes.
With no support from the government, with money that was clearly meant to support them during the most difficult time of the lockdown. So, yeah.
That's what the vigil is
So,
going to be about.
Yep, so it will be this Wednesday from 1 to 7. You don't have to stay all day, but come out. If you have someone you've lost, you want to speak about them, we're going to have an altar with flowers. If you want to bring pictures, we will have some speakers from the community. Pastor Randy's going to come out for us, and there's a couple other folks that are coming out. I apologize, I don't have the list in front of me right now.
That's okay, because all those folks have a vested interest in helping the community and have probably had a career in doing so. So you'll recognize them once you're there.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and everybody's on something, but Rocio, please help.
Rocio, we have not delved much into the impact of the COVID funds and the effects on our brothers and sisters in the Hispanic community. Can you tell us how that pandemic has affected the Hispanic community here in New Orleans?
Yo creo que todas las comunidades, todas las personas fueron impactadas de la misma manera.
I think all the communities were impacted in a similar way,
Muy parecido,
or very closely related.
¿verdad? Pero entender que hubieron fondos desde el 2021 que pudieron haber sido usados para la comunidad.
But to
No fue
understand
así.
that there was funds in 2021 that was there to be able to be used for the community and
Para
it was
eso-
not used.
Para esos trabajadores esenciales que mantuvieron la ciudad también, ¿verdad?, a pie durante todo ese tiempo.
For those essential workers that maintained the city afloat during that time,
O sea, nos lleva a esto, a tener que
Brings us
seguir
to-
luchando, a que tener que seguir alzando la voz.
it brings us to have to keep fighting, have to keep raising our voice.
Porque yo creo que el gobierno no ha invertido lo suficiente
Because I think the government hasn't invested enough,
teniendo la oportunidad de hacerlo.
having the opportunity to do so.
Y yo creo que la comunidad, si no hubiera sido por organizaciones como el Centro de Trabajadores y otras, obviamente, muchas otras más en la comunidad,
And I think the community, if it wouldn't have been for organizations such as the Workers Center and a bunch of other organizations in the community,
que traía información clara, que traía información correcta, que le estaba, ¿verdad?, proporcionando dónde estaban los recursos, ¿verdad?
that was bringing clear information, that was bringing correct information, that was letting people know where they could access the resources,
Hubiera sido más difícil todavía.
it would have been even harder.
Entonces yo creo que el trabajo comunitario que se hizo en el apoyo mutuo
So I think that the work we did in the community with the mutual support that was showed
fue el que apoyó a muchas familias.
was the one that supported a lot of
Y por
families.
eso creemos, ¿verdad?, que tenemos que seguir viendo que ese trabajo, que el trabajo que ellos están haciendo, nuestro gobierno local,
And that's why we have to continue to be vigilant and see the work that the government is doing in our local
Las-
communities.
lastimosamente tenemos que estar diciéndoles a ellos, estás fallando,
Unfortunately, we have to be telling them continuously, you're
Y la-
failing us, you're failing us.
y la comunidad está aquí para hacértelo saber.
And the community is here to let you know that you're failing us.
So you keep the voices raised, to make sure that the powers that be address it, the concerns that you have. Rocio, have you seen a lot of results from Hispanic-speaking workers over at the center? Have you had a lot of response and reply from folks who are having issues that you have been able to offer assistance?
Nosotros hicimos demasiado durante la pandemia.
We did a lot during the pandemic.
Excellent.
Yo pude ver, ¿verdad?, miembros de nuestra organización haciendo trabajo colectivo, o sea, yendo, recogiendo personas, llevándolos a espacios donde había acceso al idioma o incluso no había ninguna restricción para poder acceder a los recursos.
I've seen a lot of members in our organization work with the community, doing a lot of work, bringing them to places that other people needed to go, people that had language access, places that weren't any type of restrictions that they could go and receive help for.
Entonces pudimos ver, ¿verdad?, el impacto de muchas familias,
So we can see the impact of a lot of families.
pero creo que la unión nos mantuvo, ¿verdad?, pendiente del otro.
And I think the unity among us is what maintained us like worried about each other.
Por eso me molesta tanto que en el 2021, cuando llegó la primera parte de ese dinero,
That's why I was so bothered that in 2021, when the first part of this money came through,
cuando todavía estaba tan fuerte la pandemia y todavía existe, obviamente,
when the pandemic was very, very strong, and obviously it still exists today,
donde las personas después fueron afectadas por un huracán,
where afterwards people might have been affected by a hurricane,
este dinero estuvo guardado
that this money was still
y
being
no fue
held
usado para ayudar
and was not being used to help
a
people,
nuestra comunidad.
to help people in our community.
Por eso me parece una falta de respeto
That's why
de
I
nuestros
feel
gobernantes
It's very
que
disrespectful
todavía el
from
día
our
de hoy
government
sigamos peleando por ese dinero.
that still in all today we still have to fight for that money.
Nos hemos juntado a muchas personas en la comunidad para hacerles saber cuáles son las verdaderas necesidades.
We have reunited a lot of people in the community to let them know and let people hear what are our needs.
Y yo creo que todos estamos claros que la seguridad no depende de la policía.
And I think that we're all very clear that our security and safety doesn't depend on the police.
Depende de que las personas tengan dónde vivir,
It depends on people having a place to live,
que no estén perdiendo sus hogares,
that they're not losing
que
their
tengan que
houses,
comer en sus mesas,
that they have food to eat on their table,
que no estén siendo abusados por sus jefes durante una pandemia global,
that they're not being abused by their bosses during a global pandemic,
que no estén experimentando el robo de salario.
that they're not experimenting wage theft.
Entonces todo eso es parte de lo que nosotros, ¿verdad?, entendemos y por eso es que estamos haciendo este evento este miércoles,
And this
12
is
de abril.
a bunch of things that we understand that have been going on, and this is why we're doing this event in April.
That is going to be the vigil. I was going to ask that question next because I know, Jeanette, you were asking for folks to bring photos and pictures of folks who may have passed away because of COVID or during that time. And that is going to be across the board. Anybody who was affected by that. So, Rosario, you would offer that to the folks in your community, everybody to come out, because it should be interesting to see the democratic faces of those who were lost across the board. Black, brown, white, whatever you are, you're coming out to pay homage to the folks who left and to continue this fight.
Exactly. I mean, you know, part of what we do is we're trying to support other workers in the city. Workers need support with many different things.
Yes.
And, you know, last Tuesday, there was, on the city council budget meeting, Louisiana Fair Housing, New Orleans Representative for Racial Justice, Fair Institute of Justice, all went and presented proposals for the remainder of the American Rescue Plan funds, because we thought it was only going to be about 120 million. It's back up to 300 million.
It's back up to 300 million.
Because
And
it's
those are
money
the
that
funds
they did
that
not
you,
spend. So right now, this city has $300 million they can spend on the community, help with housing. There's a great proposal done by all of the organizations that need to be supported. And part of coming out to this vigil is to support those. We all need affordable housing.
yes.
We have over almost 80,000 renters in a city of 400,000 people. We do not need more short-term rentals. We need to support our people. You know, we need protection for employees from bad employers.
Right.
You know, people
Those who
who are
take advantage.
stowages, who, you know, intimidate, hostile work environments, not getting paid your overtime.
Right.
You know, those things are important. And, you know, as a community, we have to support each other.
Yes.
Work is a basic necessity. We all have to do it. But if we want our city to be successful and to grow and be healthy and have less crime, buying us more police is not going to do that. We have to support the community the housing, education, support our kids with after-school programs, and not with the $300,000 that the city's proposing. No, how about the $10 million that Bear Institute of Justice is proposing for our kids?
Out of 300? There's 300
There's
million.
300 million, the city's proposing 300,000 to go to one of the school programs.
Yeah, that's okay, but I can't curse. Anyway, in that vein, you've got, and I just want to make sure I got the numbers right. What was 150 is now 300 million that the city has from the funds that were meant to help workers.
Correct.
Of that 300 million, 300,000 is being offered to assist housing.
Nope, that was after-school programs.
That's after school programs,
Just
300,000.
saw that on the BGR report this morning for the Better Government.
Yeah, BGR,
Resources.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
they just posted that this morning.
300,000. Is there any other monies of the 300 million that has been earmarked for the things that we are speaking of this morning?
Not towards affordable housing, not towards any direct community support. All of the support that's being offered is through the city organizations that are in place, like NORD. When's the last time you went to a NORD facility and actually found somebody there? I know in the East, they're always open. That NORD is great. But, you know, here, closer to the downtown, you know, how are we supporting our kids? You can't just give $30,000 and think that that's going to support our kids, especially when a lot of our kids right now are Katrina kids, you know?
Absolutely.
They're young adults.
Absolutely.
They need better forms of support.
So that was it. NORD and
It's, I mean, I'm not being very specific.
no, but I mean it's government entities that are, for lack of a better term, blessed by the organization that's already in place.
Correct.
How do you make them understand, and how do you reach the folks who are directly impacted by these budget numbers and get them to participate and raise their voices the same way you are doing?
Yo creo que no es difícil. No es difícil, lastimosamente, parece nada. O sea, es un chiste, pero...
It's a joke, but
I get it.
Yo creo que día tras día tienes conversaciones, ¿verdad? Cuando vas al supermercado, cuando vas a dejar a tus niños a la escuela, los recoges, ¿verdad? La niñera. O sea, te das cuenta.
You have conversations when you go to the grocery store, when you go drop your kids off, when you go pick your kids up from daycare. And you realize
que la misma historia está pasando, solo que en diferentes hogares.
That the same story is happening, it's just in different households.
Obviamente queremos que esas personas se sientan con la fuerza y la actitud de decir, ok, muéstranos el dinero.
We want people to have that strength and the conviction and the attitude to say, okay, show us the money.
Entonces, creo que lo hemos mencionado anteriormente todo el año pasado y todavía seguimos, ¿verdad?, hablando con la comunidad, trayéndole diferentes eventos para que se entere de lo que está pasando, la falta de transparencia que está ocurriendo.
I think we mentioned it all last year and we continue to mention it this year throughout all the events that we're having, the event that we're having now, everything that's going on, the lack of transparency.
Entonces, cada reunión de comunidad nos damos cuenta de una nueva historia.
So each new community meeting we have, we become abreast of a new history, a new story.
Alguien viene y cuenta qué es lo que está viviendo, qué vivió.
Someone comes and they tell us what they're living or what they live.
Y obviamente no queremos que se quede solo en esta conversación y hablamos con las personas. Tú eres quien debe hacer la voz, tú eres el que debe estar acá. O sea, si yo no me siento con esa fuerza de decir, sí, soy impactado, pero también puedo hacer que esto cambie, entonces no pasa.
So obviously once they tell us their stories, we don't want the conversation to end there. We want them and everyone to know that, like, you are the people that need to stand up and say something and let your voice be heard. So until they have, and unless they have that attitude and that strength to be able to feel empowered to do that, you know, the things are not going to change like they need to.
Entonces sí, es parte de lo que nosotros hacemos, ¿verdad? Juntarnos, hacer círculos de historia, conversar, pero sobre todo tener personas que están dispuestas y que están diciéndole a nosotros es la forma en cómo debemos organizarnos para que el gobierno local responda.
So yeah, so that's what we do. We unite, we have history circles, you know, we let people know that, you know, you have to have have that attitude and we inform people on how they should respond so the government can know.
Tenemos que sacar energías de donde sea.
We have to get energy from wherever.
Pero yo creo que hemos aprendido a crear relaciones
But I think we've learned to create relationships.
y también a recordarle a las personas, ¿verdad?, de lo importante que es alzar la voz.
And we also to remind people and let them know how important it is for them to raise their voice.
Y por eso es que queremos estar este 12 de abril, ¿verdad? Es una reunión de auditoría.
And this is why we want to be there on this event, the 12th of April.
Queremos estar la primera hora dentro de lo que es la reunión, pero también afuera.
We want to be at the city council meeting the first hour. We want to be inside and we also want to be outside the chambers.
Aquí estamos pendientes de lo que está pasando. O sea, el hecho de que sepamos ahora que son 300 millones, cuando todo el tiempo creíamos que eran la mitad ya.
So we want them to know that we're here, we know what's going on, and now that we know that it's $300 million when the whole time we thought it was like less than half of that.
Entonces, eso es, volvemos a la falta de transparencia, falta de responsabilidad y de compromiso a los puestos que ellos han adquirido.
And then we go back to the same thing, the lack of transparency, the lack of responsibility from the positions that they were elected to uphold.
Listen, 300 million, it was bad enough at 150. But $300 million and not to have any or very, what I would term a pittance, put at problems in our community that could actually be alleviated with some funding is upsetting.
It's infuriating.
Yeah,
and you should be mad, and people should be angry. The problem is there are still so many people who don't even understand that this federal grant was there.
For them. That's the people who we're trying to reach, the people who the money was actually earmarked for, are the people who are going to have to make enough noise to get it changed.
Right, but the thing is, as we all know, labor movements in the South, you know, we want to be able to make sure people have a living wage.
Yes.
$7.25 or $2.15. You can't live off of that in New Orleans anymore. Rent is high.
Yeah, it is.
You know, with 80,000 of us renting places, you know, and that's not including inflation with groceries and everything else.
Yeah.
So part of what we try to do is, like, do you know about this? And you need to know about this because it's for you. And if we don't support each other as workers, you know, that's everybody from the unions to the French truck workers that are having problems now, Amazon workers.
Right.
You know, people in the grocery stores that you forget about. You know, City Hall trying to get their union stuff.
Right. It's everywhere.
It's everywhere, but we're not coming together. And that's why we also have to come together for May Day. Because we have this money coming, and then we also need to stand up together. And on May Day, that is when workers need to come on out.
On May Day.
And feel supported, feel like you're part of something, because you are.
Yes.
We're all part of making this world work.
I just always harken back to, I remember workers were essential. It wasn't that long ago. They flew airplanes over me. They had big signs up everywhere, but when it comes to money, it seems like everybody's got short-term memory loss.
It's like, show us the money, put your money where your mouth is, you have the money.
You got the money. It's not like you got to go and beg for the money.
It shouldn't be a battle.
The money doesn't have to come from anywhere else in the budget. You don't have to slash anything to do the right thing for people. And I just, it's, anyway.
And it's not the only money that the city has. We have tons of money coming in that folks don't know about.
That folks don't know about.
Because they don't pay attention to the budget. Why would you? You've got to work.
Yeah, you got your own budget, your own household
We're
budget.
asking people to give us the most important thing they have, which is their time.
Which is their time.
You know, we understand that that's a sacrifice that's really hard for a lot of people.
But it's worthwhile for the long run, for you and for your kids and everybody else that you love. Rosario, please give us the information in Spanish one more time for the event that's coming up Wednesday. Wednesday.
Así que si es nuestra vigilia, pérdida de dinero es igual a pérdida de vidas, es el 12 de abril, miércoles, de 1 a 7 p.m. Entonces vamos a estar ahí todo ese día enfrente del City Hall 1300 Perdido Street. Véngase, Acompáñenos. Usted puede venir en las horas que está disponible, pero aquí vamos a estar esperándoles y pues contando con su presencia, poder escuchar de ustedes también.
Bring a friend. I know that. Yeah. If you come, bring a friend. Please, you can.
So, if you are interested, even if you're just curious, or you want to share this information, just follow us at NOWCRJ.org. Follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Facebook, like us, share the information. You know, we've got a generation right now which is the strongest pro-union generation.
Yes. Pendulum swinging back.
That's right.
That's right.
And these kids, they come out, they support, and we as adults have to support them because it's their future.
Absolutely.
We're trying to leave them with something better. And so
that's Wednesday.
That's
coming
Wednesday.
Up.
Come on out, bring a friend. We're going to have music. We're going to celebrate. We're going to mourn.
Yeah. Come on out,
We're going to
man.
be community.
It's You Better Work right here on the front porch every Monday at the end of the 3rd hour on the front porch. And it's always a pleasure to have you all here. Thank you so much for joining us and getting out this very important information. We want to thank you guys for giving us 3 hours out of your life that you'll never get back. And we certainly hope we've given you a little bit of something in return for the investment of your time. I'm your host, Graylin Bryant Banks, for Kimber White Dupree, the Jazz Man, Brother Nyron, and the Silent Assassin, who is finishing up the show. Thank y'all. Take care of yourselves, and we're going to see y'all on the flip.
Thank you so much, man.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
You're such a good interviewer.